Hi, I'm David Leake in the Computer Science Department. I wanted to talk a little bit about my work on facilitating learning and reasoning from single experiences. Probably a lot of you here have heard about some of the amazing kind of large-scale reinforcement learning things that have been done. For example, the system AlphaZero last year, basically starting with no knowledge, but the rules of chess and playing 19.6 million games was able to play chess at an extremely high level. So these types of accomplishments are very impressive. But if you look at what human learners do, for playing 19.6 million games, a human learner playing blitz chess 12 hours a day, 365 days a year would have to play for 1,500 years. So luckily for human players, it's possible for people to achieve a good quality of play in much less than that. And that suggests an opportunity for AI systems as well, that maybe we can take some of the things that humans do and leverage the experiences to be able to learn from much less data. That's something that from a practical point of view can be very important because sometimes the large amounts of data are not going to be available. It's also important from a practical point of view because systems that will play 19.6 million games are often going to make mistakes. They're often going to fail. That's fine in contexts like chess, but you really wouldn't want your doctor to just practice and kill off patients until finally figuring out how to treat them appropriately. So basically, what we've been looking at is an approach inspired by how human experts will function, how they reason, how they learn. There's studies, for example, in the medical domain of doctors who often, for new cases, will actually ask for other examples. What other patients have you seen with this? How did the treatments work out, et cetera? And so I'm trying to model that in terms of systems that can actually take a single experience and make the best possible use of that experience with the practical goals of being reasoning from limited data, also being able to bring in background knowledge to learn much faster, to learn more effectively, and to provide explainable solutions. Because once again, if you're in a medical domain, if your doctor says, I've decided to amputate your foot, you really wouldn't want your doctor to say, well, the reason is because my system said do it. You want to know why. And so if you have a system that reasons from experiences and can present things by analogy, that gives a compelling explanation. So the general strategy is called case-based reasoning. It's cognitively inspired for reasoning and learning from cases. And it's basically a process of getting reminded of similar prior problems, doing some analogical mapping, and then adapting the solution to fit the new situation. And so what it results in is basically a cycle where problems come in, there's a reminding process, then the most similar case or cases can be adapted or blended together to generate a new solution. That solution can be evaluated internally and then tried out in the world, and sometimes failures will occur, and then the system can actually learn and fix, for example, the retrieval criteria to do better, and then that is stored as another example in its memory. So a few of the projects that we've been working on. One aspect of case-based reasoning is basically how cases can be adapted to new situations, because that can be pretty knowledge-rich. And so we've looked at how to mine web sources in order to generate case adaptation knowledge. We've looked at meta-reasoning about the case-based reasoning process to, when failures occur, diagnose why they occurred in terms of the memory organization in order to retrieve more relevant cases. And our most recent work has been trying to actually exploit somewhat the fact that there can be big data out there. There may be, for example, in medical records, many, many cases available. And so we've looked at and are looking at methods for mining and selecting cases. I have one student who is part of the PHI effort, is working on mining medical records in order to use them as cases for a case-based reasoning system. We've also looked at, if there is large-scale data, how you can use that data to generate new rules for adaptation. And so in that way, we're trying to bring together both the strengths of reasoning from single experiences and some of the benefits of the larger scale machine learning approaches. Thank you.